Hello band, Mr. Weir here, and I am super excited about us learning this next song called Gospel by Carl Stroman. I've already had several bands perform this song, and each group that's played it has really enjoyed it. I think that you're going to enjoy it too. So there's a couple things first. As you're putting your instrument together and getting ready to play with us today, there's a couple things we need to make sure that we remember as band students, and perhaps there's some information in here you've never heard before. So first things first, let's talk about articulations. The first one is when you have this sideways V. That's called an accent. And that means that you're going to hit the note hard. All right, you're not going to get off of it quick. You're not going to do anything else except make sure that it's louder when you hit that note. Okay? The next one is when you just have a dot over your note. You probably know what this is called. You probably heard it in music class. This is called staccato. And it means to play the note short. All right, you're just going to get off of that note very quickly. Right, you're going to tap the note and then be done. All right off of there. So you've got your accent, which means hit the note hard, play out. You've got staccato, just that little dot, which means get off of it quickly. But most band students haven't seen the upside down V. When you see that in your music, and if you're looking at gospel, your first two notes have those on there. And that is basically an accent and a staccato at the same time. So not only do you hit the note a little bit louder, you also get off of it quick. So our first two notes in the song are going to have that sound. It doesn't mean play fast. It just means get off the note very quickly. Here's what it should sound like. Here's measure 2, short, 2, 3, and off. Notice at the end of measure 3 there, it's staccato. So we just got off of that second note right there at the very end. But those first two, not only are we going to play them staccato, we're also going to hit them a little bit harder. Okay, so give them some emphasis. Remember, we never want to play so loud that it hurts people's ears. We're not going for just sheer volume to overwhelm people right now. Just give it a little more oomph and bring out that note a little bit. Okay, now before we play, stick with me here. We've got to check our notes at measure 6. Because we're going to start playing today measures 1 through 16, and I guarantee you at measure 6, there's something a little bit weird going on. Clarinets, notice we have a G sharp that we're supposed to play. A G sharp and an A flat on clarinet are the same notes, and that's going to be this one over here on the side. So not this upper one that's usually our A, not this one that's usually our E. We have this one on the side, clarinets. Okay, so in your key signature, I see 1 sharp. And that means that whenever we have an F, it's going to be an F sharp. Anytime you see an F in the song, it's supposed to be an F sharp. Now, if they want a regular F, they have to put a natural next to it. But because it's in our key signature, we have to play those F sharps. So at measure 6, clarinets, you'll notice you have an F sharp first, which is basically an E with no thumb. That's your F sharp. And then you go to that G sharp that's going to be here on the side. You play that G sharp one more time, and then you go right back to that F sharp. Okay? So F sharp, G sharp, one more, then F sharp. And on measure 7, then we go to that F natural, and measure 8, our E. Okay? So start practicing that, clarinets. Saxophones, take a look at yours. Especially second saxophones, you have a D sharp, which for us is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and with the thumb in the back. So our regular D, and then our pinky there at the bottom with our right hand is going to play that upper note that you see. So do a regular D, thumb, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your regular D, and then add that pinky for your D sharp. The last note on measure 6, saxophones, is your C, but check your key signature. Your key signature has 2 sharps, F sharps and C sharps. So that C you have right there, all open. So you're going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fingers down for that D sharp to all open for the C sharp. So watch closely. Trumpets, especially trumpets 2 and 3, you have some G sharps in this measure. G sharp is 2 and 3. Just like that. Not your first one that's closest to you. 2 and 3 is your G sharp. A is 1 and 2. G sharp is 2 and 3. G all open. Okay, so make sure that you've got that 2 and 3. Now, trumpets in your key signature, I see 1 sharp also, which means all of your Fs are going to be sharp. So if you have an F near there, I see third trumpets. You have G sharp, and then you have F sharps. So you're going to go 2 and 3, and then just number 2. In measure 7, then you go F natural. It has the natural sign next to it. And then 8, you go E. So it's this little walk. G sharp, F natural, E. We're just coming straight down as we play. So let's get an idea of what this sounds like. And if you need to listen to it once, that's okay. Otherwise, give it your best shot. Let's take it nice and slow. Here we go with the pickup to measure 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Measure 1, 2, 3. Off. Measure 2. Measure 3, 2, 3. Here's 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13. Then here's the fun part at 15. Ready? And then we're off. All right, so we've got a lot to look in there. Measure 15, take a look. Let's get our fingers used to this little phrase. And we get off real fast. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 15. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Again, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and last time, ready, and good. Trombones, I see that your part in there is half note running off. 2. Do it again. Trombones, half note running off. Last time, ready, and 2. There it is, and just that short staccato at the very end. Last time, all of us, 15, all together. 1, 2, ready, and has a really fun sound. Trombones, one other thing for us on measure 16. Everybody else cuts off. The drummers finally are getting ready to come in. You have this C all by yourselves. Everybody else is quiet while the piano plays. So here's what that sounds like. Measure 15. Da, 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 da. C. And then we keep going through the song, but give us that strong C. Cut off with that staccato at the end of 15, but then come in strong with that C on 16. It's all you. Nice big solo right there. All right, let's go back and do it again. Here we go with the pickup to measure 1, 2, 1, 2. Measure 1, 2, 3. Measure 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Measure 5, 2, 3. 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 3, 12, 13, 2, 3, 4, 14, 2, here's 15. Trombone. Right, stop there. Excellent. Okay, at the pickup to 9, flutes and saxophones. You have this fun part right here. And it's all by yourselves. Trombones at 9, you have something very similar to them. But don't start playing because you think, oh, I'm supposed to come in there. You wait. They'll play it first, and then you echo. So here's what it sounds like. Flutes and saxophones. Here's your pickup to 9. And then trombones. You hear that? Let's do it again. Here it is. Flutes and saxophones. And then trombones, they come in right there. Very, very good. Okay, now something special for our clarinets, saxophone 2, and trumpet 3. All right, very specific parts in there. Both of our clarinets, saxophone 2, and trumpet 3. You have a little moving part while everybody else holds. And that can be a little bit weird because you hear people holding and you think, I'm supposed to hold with them. And yet your music says we've got to move. And this happens at measure 7. I'm going to start measure 6 as we get into it. Here's measure 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have a half note. There's 7. And then we have the new note at 8. Okay, here it is again. Here's measure 6. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. There's one other articulation right here in this measure that we missed. This is measure 6, and it's that straight line over a note. They use that the straight line means just play this note normally. Hold it out for its usual thing. Don't cut off early. Don't hit it too hard. And usually you'll see it written in music after you've had a whole bunch of other articulations. So you've been doing a bunch of staccatos. You've been doing a bunch of the accents with the staccato. You've been doing a whole bunch of these. And then it's like, okay, back to normal on there. And you have that at measure 8 on your first quarter note. So you've got the half note, then we hold out, and then we're moving, and on 7, and then 8. Oh, it's pretty complex in there, so it's going to need you to be set on your fingerings and on your notes and on your rhythms right there so that we can keep going. Here we go. Let's try everybody, and let's start right on measure 5 this time. We're going to go 5 through 8. Here's 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 5, 2, 3, and 6. Here it comes. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. Do it again. Here's 5. 1, 2, measure 5. 1, 2, 3, and 6. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. All right. From the beginning. We're going to do measure 1 through 16 again. If you're having a struggle with any of this is a little bit more advanced than some of the earlier ones that we've done in the year. Just rewatch the video. Take your time. Do your best. I'll have a separate video where we go 17 through the next section, and even another one where it's not me talking, it's just the accompaniment. So you can play along each time. You'll get it. Don't forget the band magic word, yet. If you say, I can't do this, then you're done. It's over. You can't do it. You say, I can't do it yet. Whew. There's a lot of power in that. That just means a little more emphasis, a little more practice, and you've got this. And I believe you can do this. So here we go. From the beginning, we'll get this yet. Measure 1. 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Measure 1, 2, 3. Measure 2. Measure 3. Measure 4. 5, 2, 3, and 6. 7, 2, 3, measure 8. Flutes and saxophones, trombone. Then everybody. 1, 2, 3, and 12. 13, 14, 15. Trombone. All right, last time. Do it again. Measure 1, deep breath. Make sure to really project your sound. Give a lot of air into your instrument so that you can confidently play. 1, 2, a 1, 2. Measure 1, 3. Measure 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 6. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. Flute, saxophone, trombone. Everybody else. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 13, 14, 2, 3. Trombone. All right. If you've been my student before, you've heard me talk about the story where I learned how to practice. And I'm not going to go into that right now, but let me remind you that the best use of your time in practicing is for you to take a section or a part or even just 2 notes in your music and say, you know what, every time I get to that measure, I struggle. Maybe for you today, it's measure 6 and 7, some hard new notes in those measures. Maybe for you, flutes, saxophones, it's 8 going into 11. A lot of moving parts and it starts going a little bit quickly. Whatever section that is for you, remember that the key to that is not just to skim over it and try to get to the next easy part. It's to go to that measure and take it out and just go beast mode on that part right there. Play those 2 notes over and over again. Play those 2 measures as much as you possibly can. How many times? 5? How many minutes? 5 minutes? No, until you can't get it wrong. Do it over and over until you're all set. Then you can put it back in the song and start playing through, and you'll find that the next time you get there, you won't have that oh no, I can't do this part. I'm not quite ready. You'll just get to it and be like, oh, this part, I'm good at that. And you'll be awesome right there. So utilize that strategy in your practice time, and you'll use that a lot, and you'll find that you're getting a lot better, a lot faster. All right, that's numbers 1 through 16. Rewatch the video if you need it, and I will see you next time.